Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of day this video finds you watching it. For me, it is afternoon. So yeah, I'm gonna record a quick video here. I tried to do it in portrait mode and then pause it and turn the camera around, but I cannot do that. So I had to start over, and that's why I'm recording the intro in the mirror. So my apologies for that. But we will go ahead and I'll get everything set up and we'll get started. Okay, so here, as you can see, I have a lot of my brushes. This is nowhere near all of my brushes. I have absolutely tons of brushes. I have this, let me get it turned around here, as you can read that. This is for like my bigger brushes, like powder brushes and a couple of blush brushes and things like that. Oh my God, I'm just knocking everything over. This one here has got, some of you will appreciate this. So this is, like that's a blush brush. There's a couple of like medium-sized brushes and then some like specialty brushes, like there's an eyebrow brush there. And then most of these are the same, like jewel toned, that I got in a gift exchange. I really love these brushes. These are really good. Like this one doesn't need to be washed because it hasn't been used an awful lot since the last time I cleaned. But you can see that some of my brushes definitely get more use than others. And then my smallest one here, Fiona and I made this out of a can, reduce, reuse, recycle. And so this has all of my like eyeshadow brushes. There's also like my highlighter brush. So these get used all the time, and these are really dirty. So yeah, I have tons of brushes, and I'm going to wash a couple of them today just so you can see it. I have two different things that I use for washing. What fell is this cute little thing. It is a washing machine, and I'll show you how it works. We'll get that started here in just a minute. But I think it's supposed to be for like beauty blenders, which I do use a blender. But when I try to wash a beauty blender in there and like shut it and let it doesn't really do anything. So I'll show you how I use this particular thing just because it's fun and cute and, you know. But mainly how I wash my brushes is on a wash pad. So I put it, that's not good. I put it in the bottom here. Let me run some water. And then we'll do, you can use different types of soap. Sometimes I will put like face wash in to use. And then sometimes I will put like a liquid soap. Like you can use shower gel. You can really use just about anything. I'm going to put a little bit of micellar water in here. This is the Garnier Skin Active Water Rose Micellar cleansing water. So I'm going to squirt a little bit of that in there. And then I have a small amount. I used this earlier today. I talked about this in a video. This is a Grace and Stella. This is a foam face cleanser, and I noticed when I used it earlier today that there's only small amounts left. See, I'll pump a little bit of that in there just so you can see it, but I do enjoy that cleanser. So yeah, sometimes I just put a couple of face washes in there, and sometimes I actually use soap. Let's get a brush that I know is really dirty. So I do love this brush. This is something that I use a lot in my eyeshadow looks. And so I know that this one is quite dirty. So what I will do is go around in the little divots and things on this cleansing pad that I have. There's a place that you can go swirly around. There's a place that you can kind of go back and front. You'll see this one has like little hearts over here. That's super cute. There's lines. So I just kind of, you know, rub this all around and make sure that I get any visible dirt out. You can squeeze it and then kind of fluff it out. And I wish that would focus better. There we go. And as you can see, this does look significantly cleaner than it did. So that's the first one. So then I just put them on a towel to dry. Right now I actually have my towel sitting on the toilet, so I'm not going to show you that. But that is where I will be drying them. You can see this one has some pink or red in it. This, I actually don't love this brush, but I do use it occasionally. And I think it is a colored brush. I don't think it's solid white. I think, and some, you'll see some brushes, some bristles are brown, some are white, some have color to them. So yeah, this one looks like it has a little bit of a pinky or peachish color. It's not that it's still dirty with makeup. That's just the color that the brush was made in. So let me get this around some. And again, this is not one of my favorite brushes, but I do occasionally use it. Usually if I'm going to be doing like a pink or a red, I'll use some of my brushes that I don't use as much, just simply because they get so dirty with pinks and reds that I can't like go everyday use on those. I would have to wash them way more often. So that's that one clean. You'll see, of course, as we start to clean, the water just gets dirtier and dirtier. So you may have to change the water out. As you can see, this brush, it's black bristles. It has a green tint, but you can kind of see there's some pink or purpley looking product there. So we're going to try to clean that off. And again, you're just going to run it over the pad. If you don't have a cleaning pad like this, I mean, you don't have to have one. You can just, if you didn't have a cleaning pad, and see, all of the product is gone. If you didn't have a cleaning pad, you would just want to get some water and kind of do it with your hands like this. But I do like the cleaning pads because they are very, very gentle. And they're not going to mess up your bristles. Again, make sure you squeeze them out and kind of flick it a little bit. The wonderful thing about makeup brushes is that they generally go back to their shape, so you don't have to worry about anything like that. This one here, you can see I use this with one of my orange blushes. This one also, you can tell that I've used with an orange blush. This is one that I use for like pinker blushes, so I can do that and not have to worry about washing them as often. So that's really good there. I also have something called a color switcher, and I will probably show that when I'm doing an actual makeup video or makeup tutorial or something like that. The color switcher is really cool. Oh, I think I have one of the pads in here, so I can show you the pad. It is, basically it's a container that has these little charcoal-like mesh. Here it is. It has one of these pads, so it's like a little metal tin, and it has this in it, and then you just run your brush, I'll show you. You just run your brush through it like this. Of course, it's not going to work that great because I don't have it in the pad, and I'm doing it with one hand. But you can use a color switcher, like between makeup looks, so that you don't have to wash your brushes as often. I don't wash my brushes as often as I should, like for sanitary reasons, but I do wash my brushes, you know. I can't even say how often I do it, every couple months or so, but I do have a lot of brushes. The more brushes you have, the less you're going to have to wash them. If you only have a couple of brushes, then you may have to wash those more often. So yeah, again, you just kind of go around. As you can see, my water is starting to get very colorful here. And so I like to call this soup. This is makeup soup when I wash and clean my brushes. So this one doesn't look like it's getting as clean, which this one may have a little bit of color on the end of the bristles rather than the bristles being white. So yeah. And then you can kind of squeeze and see if the water is clear or not. You can also rinse like this and see that's not, it looks like the bristles are just an actual color. So again, you just kind of squeeze it. Let me do it just a little bit more. And then you just kind of squeeze it, flick it a little bit, and then put it on your drying towel. It does take brushes a while to dry. I know a couple of people that will like sit their brushes outside or in front of a fan or something like that. So that's definitely something that you can do. This is my highlighter brush, so this gets daily use. So I know that it's dirty and it's got a lot of product in it. But I do know that these bristles are not white on the original brush. I absolutely love this brush. What is this? Something Glam. Miss Glam? I don't even know what that says. I think it says Miss Glam. But it's got little jewels on it. I do like this brush. It's a very good size for a highlighter brush. So there's that one. So let me show you. I'm going to pause it while I change out this water, and I'll get my washing machine ready, and I'll show you that. So be back in a jiff. Okay, so you didn't even realize that I was gone. Didn't even miss me. So I've just put a little bit of water in here and some of that foaming cleanser. And what you do on this, it does require batteries. It does not come with batteries. I got mine off of Amazon, or it was purchased on Amazon. I actually got this as part of a gift, but it was purchased on Amazon. And you can see when you turn it on, look at that, just like an agitator in a washing machine. So let me grab a brush. So this brush, I know that this does have some color on the bristles. However, you can see that it has lots of glitter in it. This is a packing brush that I use for shimmers and glitter shades. So you just kind of dip your brush down in there, run it over the agitator, and then that will start to come clean. Again, I don't know how functional this is, but it is lots of fun to do. I will usually do this with a couple of brushes. Sometimes I will get Fiona in here and let her do it. Again, this particular one does have colored bristles, so it's not going to get white. But I do want to make sure that some of that glitter is out. And with this one, you do have to change your water pretty often because you can't put a ton of water in here. But yeah, so that is what the little washing machine does. Let me squeeze that out and set it to the side. Okay, I am so sorry about that, kids, and they are out of school today, so I had to take care of something. Anywho, I'm just looking for another brush so I can kind of show you again how the washing machine works. This is a brush that I use for concealer, and if I wear concealer, and I always use this for my eyeshadow primer, so it is very, very dirty. So we're going to turn, I shut the lid. We're going to turn the washing machine on, and we're going to dip our brush down in there. This one, I might have to actually do it on the pad, but we'll see if we can get some of the product out. So yeah, this one I'm going to have to wash on the pad, but that's okay. I can grab another eyeshadow brush. This one I use a lot. It has black bristles, so it definitely has a lot of product in it because we can see the color on the product, and you can see that my water is starting to get more murky. So we're going to let that wash for a second. And some of that product is coming off. I think I said this has black bristles. It has brown. Black bristles with a brown end. Okay. You can see now this one is pretty clean. You just kind of flick it a little bit. You can see that there's no product in it. What I mean by flicking it, so you can see that when I flick this one, you can see that there's product going everywhere. And so you just want to make sure that it's completely clean. And you can do that by flicking it to make sure that there's no additional product that's coming out. This is probably my water is starting to get murky. This is probably the last one that I'm going to do on this. And then I can switch back over to the pad. And then I think I have one other tool that I'm going to show you. So one second. Okay, so this is another tool that I wanted to show you. I don't know how I'm going to show you with two hands. Without having two hands. But essentially you would put one finger in it like this. And then what you would do is you're going to, let's see if I can do this. You're going to take the brush like this. And then you can see, like I said, this is the concealer brush. So you're going to see a lot of product coming off here. And you can do this down in the water. I can't because I don't have enough hands to do that. But you can kind of see what the gist of that one is. So that's another type of like the pad, similar to the one that I have here. So again, I'm just going around. This again is the concealer brush that has tons of product in it. You can see all this goopy product down at the bottom that's coming out. So you can go over here to the lines and kind of go back and forth and back and forth. Different brushes need to be cleaned in kind of different ways. But you'll see once you start. And then you can also rinse the brush. So you can go like this and make sure that you get all the product. If you're doing it with your hand, you can also rub like this. Like that right there. So that you can help get in there and get all of that product. But yeah, that's just a little quick. I can't do anything quick. I talk too much. That is just a quick little video on makeup brushes and how to clean them. If you have any questions, if you need to see anything again. Candace, you said you need steps. So you need step 1 is water. Step 2 is a cleanser. Step 3 is wash your brushes. Oh my goodness. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I hope that you are doing some form of self-care today. And I'll talk to you later in the group.